Hello and welcome to the daily cricket show. This on a Saturday on Cricket Happenings. On this part of the daily cricket show, a sensational partnership. Yesterday I was telling you that West Indies would also find it difficult, but one has to give due credit to these two batsmen, Brathwaite, who made who got his sixth Test done, and Shai Hope, the consistent player who got his maiden century, as England actually were really put under the pump today. Anderson nipped out Devendra Bishu and Kyle Hope very quickly in the morning to reduce them to 26 for 3, and after that it was a 246 runs partnership which really really had England absolutely frustrated as West Indies piled on a very good score at close of play, with Shai Hope still in the middle, not out on a very princely 147 with 23 boundaries, with Jermaine Blackwood stroking 21 with 4 boundaries. Before that, Brathwaite made 134, 329 for 5, 71 runs ahead the West Indies, and as I was telling you, on this particular pitch to make 329 in the first day in itself is an achievement according to me, and West Indies have to be given, especially Brathwaite and Shai Hope, have to be given due credit. And one knows that 30 years back in the year 1984, as you would remember, when David Garr was the captain, one thing happened in 1984 which I can recall, and that was a partnership between Gordon Greenidge and Larry Gomes, which really took the game away from England. And Gordon Greenidge was in some prolific hitting from, it was some tremendous hitting from Gordon Greenidge which was seen in 1984. And after that, I'm told there has not been any substantial partnership, and here comes a massive partnership of 246 runs. Just wanting, and David Garr, I'm sure, commentating there on Sky TV, to this day would be regretting the fact that he declared the England innings closed on that day, where Greenidge and Larry Gomes, especially Gordon Greenidge, took over in a mighty manner to win the match for. And one would remember that particular 1984 series between West Indies and England, where England were absolutely trounced by the West Indies in that particular series. Well, so this just I wanted to share that with you. And the other things that you're going to look on this daily cricket show of mine today is going to be the preview of the first ever test match which is coming up. Not the first ever, the first test match of the series which is coming up between the Australians are touring Bangladesh. This is the first test match which is going to be played in Dhaka between Australia and Bangladesh. And Bangladesh are a much different team now. Australia are quite wary about it, and it should be an interesting clash which is coming up. So I'll be previewing that match in a brief manner, and I'll also preview one of the matches where one could say it would be, for Sri Lanka, it could be a must-win third one-day international after being 0-2 down against India. Because if they don't win the third one-day international, yes, they would have conceded the series to India. So for Sri Lanka, it would be a must-win match in the third one-day international that is coming up tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to lead off with England versus West Indies. We are talking about the second day's play. So the second day's play started with Devendra Bishu, the night watchman, and Brathwaite in the middle. But Devendra Bishu was removed very quickly by Anderson in the morning, as he actually had him caught behind by Jonathan Bairstow behind the stumps. He was gone for 1, and Kyle Hope was a victim, as Kyle Hope nicked 1 into the hands of Root in the slips. He was gone for 3, thus reducing England to 26 for 3. It was 35 for 3, 35 for 3, not 26, 35 for 3, and as Brathwaite was still in the middle, trying to concentrate as Shai Hope entered the scene. After that, Brathwaite, who definitely played very well. As you know, he has a very good technique. He's a perfect test player, and he was putting his head together. He was nicely getting in line with the ball. He was playing some wonderful strokes as well. In fact, he reached his 50 with a very powerful 6 on the bowling of Moeen Ali. which he also repeated when he actually went to his century when he clouted Tom Westley for a six to get to his sixth test run. And what a knock from Brathwaite. At the other end, Shai Hope, who has been scoring at a very consistent rate these days, I would say, and definitely definitely trying to become a permanent portion of the West Indies team. He has lots of talent, no doubt about it. And what one was impressed by Shai Hope was not only the company that he gave to Brathwaite, but the way he was brilliantly getting behind the line of the ball. That was good to see. He was very quick on his feet. He was very quick to get behind the line of the ball, and he was looking very, very confident. Brathwaite was really a chanceless innings, and at the other end, Shai Hope was also doing a good job. And this partnership realized 246 runs. In fact, between lunch and tea, Brathwaite and Hope were still there, just adding 94 or 96 runs, I reckon, and they were doing a wonderful job. Brathwaite was nicely flowing into his strokes. As far as Shai Hope was concerned, he's a very good stroke maker as well, and he was doing a fine job. And Craig Brathwaite and Shai Hope were getting the England bowlers absolutely frustrated with the way they were actually defending, the way they were playing the strokes, and England were really searching for that elusive wicket, and the partnership really grew in proportion, and suddenly the England attack was looking a very, very ragged unit after Brathwaite and Shai Hope were grounding their bowling attack. As this was going on, things were going on very well, and the 246 run partnership was added with Brathwaite, as I said, getting on to his sixth ton and also his second ton against England, I am told. And Shai Hope was the one who got his maiden century, and he truly deserved it. I'm very happy for Shai Hope that he got his maiden century, and he was really blooming, no doubt about it. It was only a matter of him playing a long innings, and here he was, Shai Hope, really putting England, the West Indies innings, on a real pedestal at 329 for 5. And then Brathwaite wicket was a very good wicket, which was claimed by Stuart Broad. Stuart Broad, right from the early part of the West Indian innings, was not looking very good at all. He was not really been able to bowl in the right areas, but with the second new ball, he really struck. He bowled a good line, and he actually went on to clean bowl Brathwaite with a ball that nipped in, and Brathwaite was gone bowled by Brown for 134 with 17 delectably timed boundaries and 2 sixes. Roston Chase came in. He could contribute only 5, as Ben Stokes actually picked up his wicket for 5 with 1 boundary, and that left the score at that stage at 296. And then there was no night watchman sent. Blackwood came out to join Shai Hope, who was already reached his maiden test run. And Blackwood, as you know, he likes to play his strokes, and that's what he precisely did, as he stroked 4 boundaries in an unbeaten knock of 21, with Shai Hope remaining not out on 147 with 23 boundaries. And I'm also told the last time any West Indian player had a big score to his credit at the end of a day was Brian Lara, Sir Brian Lara, with 179 not out. That was way back, I would say. And Shai Hope, what an innings from Shai Hope, what an innings from Brathwaite. And the England would have definitely been surprised after nipping 2 wickets pretty quickly in the morning by Anderson. I thought they would have been really surprised at the outcome at the end of the day, which was really staring at England at 329 for 5. So they are 71 runs ahead right now going into the third day, and they still have some batting to come. But Shai Hope is looking good, Blackwood is looking good, Dowditch is still to come, Jason Holder can bat. So definitely there's still some batting to come, and West Indies would be hoping that they could at least get 200 runs lead, and that could put immense pressure on England, according to me. And I thought West Indies would have probably also given themselves an opportunity to square this 2-test series. As far as the bowling was concerned, Anderson definitely the pick of the bowlers. 23 overs, 7 maidens, 46 runs and 3 wickets. Broad, 20 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 73. One thought he could have bowled much better than what he bowled. Chris Wokes remained wicketless, 13 overs, 2 minutes none for 58. Ben Stokes 22 overs, 8 minutes 1 for 60. Moeen Ali 20 overs, 3 minutes none for 69. And Tom Westley 4 overs for 12 runs. So the battle will resume tomorrow, but West Indies have definitely put themselves into a very, very good position going into the third day of this second test match. Now we leave England and we go on to Bangladesh, where the first test match of the series is going to be played between Australia and Bangladesh. Australia will definitely remember Bangladesh for one reason, and whenever I think about the Australian tour of Bangladesh, there's only one thing that I could think of, and that is Jason Gillespie coming in and getting his maiden double century in his career. What a knock that was. I mean, if I'm not wrong, he came in as a night watchman, I suppose, and he scored 240 odd runs, if my memory serves me right. But Jason Gillespie, I mean, the former Australian wonderful bowler, he was never an all-rounder, and I'm sure, and that was the Bangladesh of that time. But this Bangladesh, let me tell you, is very, very different. They have already challenged a lot of countries. They challenged England, they challenged Sri Lanka, and I'm sure they're going to challenge Australia as well. Because if you look at the Bangladesh team, which is going to be playing tomorrow, also let's remember that the warm-up match that Australia had was washed out. So they definitely have to get to terms with the climbs in Bangladesh, I reckon. And as far as Bangladesh are concerned, the team is a very well-knit unit according to me. And as I said, they are a much better team now. And I'm sure Bangladesh are going to attack Australia with spin. And that's what the mantra was when Mehdi Hassan did the trick against England. So looking at Bangladesh team here, Tamim Iqbal and Soumya Sarkar will open the innings. Tamim Iqbal in some wonderful form every time any touring team comes here. Soumya Sarkar is also a very, very talented batsman. Imrul Case will offer that solidity coming in at one drop. Then the experience, that powerful experience, not only Tamim Iqbal is also included in that. Mushfiqur Rahim will captain the team, and one knows Mushfiqur Rahim, what a wonderful crisis man he is. And Shakib Al Hasan, what to say about this bloke? He's a wonderful all-rounder. I mean, if you look at the facts and figures, I'm told Shakib Al Hasan, is a wonderful all-rounder. He has a record in batting, bowling, fielding. I mean, name it, and he is having 5 wicket bags against all the. I think Australia are the only ones who are remaining, I suppose. Or I'm just trying to see whether what I'm saying is right. Probably I could correct it later. Sabir Rahman will be coming in at number 6. Nasir Hussain, who has made a comeback into the team, is a very, very useful player. And that's spinners. To me, the Bangladesh key against Australia is going to lie in spin, because the England batsmen struggled against the Bangladeshi spinners, and now it might be the turn of the Australian batsmen to struggle against the Bangladesh spinners, especially Mehdi Hassan, a very wonderful off spinner, really gives the ball a real tweak. And Taijul Islam is also another very good bowler. He's a left arm spinner, and he could also there's a nice combination. They have Shakib Al Hasan getting with his left arm spin, Mehdi Hassan, Taijul Islam, and I think they still have some lot of bowling also options. Mustafizur Rahman will be a real force to reckon with for the Aussies, no doubt about it. As you know, Mustafizur Rahman is the best pace bowler in this Bangladeshi camp. And then Shafiul Islam has made a comeback into the Bangladesh team as well. So I think they both will be operating in tandem, and they still have Sabir Rahman's medium pace. Soumya Sarkar can chip in with some medium pace as well. So they have a lot of bowling resources. They have a lot to draw into, one could say. So Bangladesh definitely looking very, very strong on paper right now, but I'm sure they can really show this on the field as well. As far as the Aussies are concerned, for Aussies, where David Warner will be opening with Matt Renshaw. David Warner, nothing to really talk about David Warner. We all know what a wonderful player he is. And Matt Renshaw is a perfect test batsman. He can really play the whole day, staying at the wicket, as we saw what he did against India. Stephen Smith will captain the side. Stephen Smith, one knows what a successful captain he has been, and what strokes he has in his repertoire. Usman Khawaja, another good player, he's in some good nick as well. Peter Hanscom, well, we know, coming into the middle order, really strengthens this middle order in a very big way. He has already given glimpses, not only in Australia, he also did a very fine job against India, where they forced a particular test match into a draw by grounding it out, as one would remember. Peter Hanscom and Sean Marsh, who is not there in the team. Glenn Maxwell, who has already picked up his maiden ton in India in the test match that he played. So you can't, one knows that Glenn Maxwell can play both types of games, and when he is there, runs will keep coming. Matthew Wade, the wicketkeeper, another useful batsman and wicketkeeper. Now Ashton Agar is an all-rounder coming in at number 8, and that really strengthens this Australian side with 8 Ashton Agar, an all-rounder coming in. And then the bowling, if you look at the bowling, it will be in the hands of the express bowler Pat Cummins, and a very improved bowler. I mean, not an improved bowler, a very real test regular here, Josh Hazlewood. And both would be using the new cherry to good effect, I reckon. And then Nathan Lyon, the off-spinner, who is just probably a few wickets away from the former late Richie Bennett's target, I suppose. He took 252 wickets, if I'm right. So Nathan Lyon has an opportunity to break that. So Nathan Lyon also, if at all, Bangladesh are going to have some spin pitches which are going to be doctored, Nathan Lyon will be someone who would be very hard to handle for Bangladesh. So according to me, I would say the Bangladesh test will come against Nathan Lyon. One knows what Nathan Lyon did to India in India, as you would remember, where they went on to win the match, as you will know. So I'm sure, and also I'm told in this particular pitch, rain is predicted. So it all depends. In all likelihood, I think the spinners from both the sides will have a role to play, and that will be a real challenge. And now I'll be looking at the last preview, and that is, we are talking about the must-win one-day international that is coming in for Sri Lanka against India to keep not only the series alive, also to get those 2 wins which will enable them to automatically qualify for World Cup 2019. So looking at the teams here, for Sri Lanka, it's a must-win match. So one has to, let's have a look and see as to what is Sri Lanka going to do from here on. Sri Lanka, well, they definitely, Akila Dhananjaya really caused a real stir in the Indian camp, and then Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar took them to victory. But now the Sri Lankan team, let's have a look at the Sri Lankan team to see what they have some problems as well. Upul Taranga has been banned for over 8, so he won't be taking part. His place will be taken by Dinesh Chandimal, so that will definitely strengthen the team. They will have a new captain, the very stable Chamara Kupagadra, who would be captaining the side. So those are the 2 changes. There's no Danushka Gunatilaka, so that's a sort of a blow for them. Danushka Gunatilaka at the top of the order, an aggressive opener, will be, who always likes to hit over the top, and he won't be figuring in this particular match. So that's not good news for Sri Lanka, considering that they have to win this match tomorrow to keep the ODI series alive. So one has to wait and watch as to what are the goods that Sri Lanka are going to come with as far as the Indian bowlers are concerned. Danushka Gunatilaka and Niroshan Dikwala. Niroshan Dikwala has been doing a fairly good job, one could say. Niroshan Dikwala and Danushka Gunatilaka. Kushal Mendes will be expected to score some runs. Angelo Matthews would also be expected. So the experienced people, according to me, have to really come to the party. It's high time. So one is waiting to see as to what Sri Lanka can really come up with tomorrow. As I said, this is a must-win game for Sri Lanka to keep up the series alive. So one does not foresee much changes. Akila Dhananjaya would definitely be in the eyes of the Indians because they know what damage he created, and I'm sure the Indians, and I'm also told that on that day there were some experiments which were being done. Milinda Srivardhana played a good hand, and I'm very happy to see that he's a part of the mix as well. As far as India are concerned, for India, as Kohli rightly pointed out, there are going to be changes as far as the batting lineup is concerned because it's a process of experimentation before the World Cup. And Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan, KL Rahul, Kedar Jadhav, Virat Kohli were bowled in 1 over by Akila Dhananjaya. But the new confidence for India will be coming from Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, getting his maiden 50 in ODI cricket, which can say that India will bat up till number 10 with only Jasprit Bumrah, the genuine tail ender. And I'm sure we are going to have a very good game of cricket. There is no doubt about it. And it will be interesting to see as to how it pans out. But for Sri Lanka, it's a must-win game. And yesterday in the Caribbean Premier League, Kumar Sangakkara played a wonderful innings of 70-odd runs to take his team Jamaica Thalawaz to victory, captaining the team when they beat the ever-struggling St. Lucia, even though their captain Shane Watson smacked 80-odd runs with 7 wonderful sixes. Well, that's it, dear fans and subscribers, for the Cricket Happening show for today. And hope to meet you all tomorrow on my next daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings, on a Sunday. Until then, this is your host Ram signing off. Thank you.